Okay. Here we go. I am now going to rip into this post, guys. Here we go. I am about to annihilate this. You guys think this is good? You guys think this is a good post? Ha 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 ha. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm going to be dissecting this and roasting ArenaNet on every single fucking line. No, I'm kidding, no. This is really good. We have a hard roadmap post from ArenaNet. We do indeed, guys, okay? When I say hard roadmap, it's like a typical ANET roadmap where they don't actually tell you any dates whatsoever, but what do you expect, guys, okay? You know, this is what you have to deal with, okay? We have meme apocalypse to ourselves here, guys. Look at this. What's next for Guild Wars 2? From Mike Z. You know what they should have done? They should have posted this on April 1st. Real. Hey everyone. Over the past few weeks, most of our team has been focused on getting the next couple of releases ready, which will culminate in a Living Story episode, Season 4 finale. Meanwhile, we're also looking forward to the future. Our philosophy. I've been speaking with members of the team for a few months, examining the way we create content to make sure we continue to do what's best for the game. Lately, we've been scrutinizing not only our plans for Season 5, but our core development philosophy. Ultimately, we believe that our core pillars for Guild Wars 2 have not changed. Encourage players to interact positively. Well... I mean... I guess, right? I mean, it's more like you don't really... whatever. Support player autonomy? Yeah, they do that really well, to be fair. Yeah, definitely.
GVG soon? Hello?
Well, that's player autonomy. Look, he's been supported to play how he wants, okay? It is a single, you know, bit of a single player meme. Focus on horizontal progression instead of vertical. If by that they mean the gem store, then yeah, no, okay. No, I'm being mean.
No cynicism in this.
No cynicism here, guys. No, yeah, fair enough. build upon previous designs. I mean,
that's like mastery system and shit. So I mean,
yeah, okay. So yeah, mounts, new masteries, new mastery system. Yeah, sure. Look at the wording.
For the fun.
Strive for the fun. Dude, I love it. I love that. Okay, yeah, it feels good, man. Right. The living world of Guild Wars 2 is a great way for us to accomplish all of that. It's the best way to provide our player community with regular content updates, great features, new horizons to explore, and an engaging story that brings our world and characters alive without charging a subscription fee. No, we talked about this a bit earlier. I could talk for hours about this. I really could, actually. In a way, I genuinely believe that ArenaNet is literally 200 IQ above the rest of the competition. I think expansions are outdated, actually. I think that this update schedule is actually the future of game development. I think maybe the technology they have in place is inhibiting that, but seriously, I actually think that kind of release, you know, every 3 months would actually be insane for an MMO if they were able to do that. Like, it hasn't really worked. But the thing is, it needs to be a release for every game mode, right, every 3 months. And obviously that isn't happening. That's where this is falling down, right? Living Story, the fact that it's something like that can even exist is incredible, right? But the trouble is, it's only for exclusively one game mode, which is ultra casual, open world, single player, no repeatability content. So they've got, I feel like ArenaNet are so close to genius with this, right? They have the right idea, but the target, right, is just weird, right? It's just un-MMORPG-ish, but you know that you know, whatever, right? Whatever. Right. New Guild Wars 2 team structure. So what does this mean for Guild Wars 2? We're taking the opportunity now to reorganize them into a 4 fully staffed content teams with additional teams dedicated to supporting the core games. So big fucking oof if you okay. 4 fully staffed content teams with additional teams.
This paragraph is actually really badly phrased and people are misinterpreting it, okay?
With additional
4 fully staffed content teams.
Okay, with additional teams dedicated to
developing content. Skills and balance rewards, 1v1 and SPVP aren't content. They're like...
Yeah,
no.
Poorly worded.
The way it's... Yeah, it's poorly worded. So, like, Jaw had the same thing. He was like, but where's raids? And like, no, raids is part of content. Skills, balance, rewards, SPVP are not they're part of the content teams.
Interesting where they're going with this. So, 4 teams. 4 teams. What are they doing? So we know they already had 3, basically. They had 3 teams. So, well, actually, maybe is the fourth team like the no. What would the fourth team be? Like the systems team, I guess. Like they make the systems for the content.
Systems team, like no. Here it says with additional teams supporting the core game, like skills, balance, rules, and SPV. That's the systems team right there. Okay, so it's really weird, isn't it? Like they've got 4 teams for content, and then they've got additional teams on top of that. Like, yeah, who knows?
Yeah. So it could be 3 for the story, and then the fourth is basically the instance content, right? So raids, and fractals, something like that.
You've also got to remember they've had a team working on festivals and legendaries and shit. So maybe that'll be bundled in somewhere, or it'll become part of the 4. Just 4 stuff.
Now,
teams in
additional teams dedicated to supporting the core game, like skills, balance, rewards, War vs. War, and PvP. So this to me says that they are looking to actually improve the way that balance, War vs. War, and PvP are being handled. And I think PvP, I don't know, it doesn't really, other than adding in a new map for PvP, all you can really do is just, finish Swiss, right? And then add some 2v2, stuff like that, maybe a 3v3 or something like that.
Swiss and new rewards.
So PvP is pretty much finished. Like World vs. World is not finished though. Like World vs. World needs a lot more. So hopefully they give it the amount of attention that it truly deserves.
I think that shows
right?
though, like in the entire news post, right? Like PvP doesn't really get much of a focus because it, like, in terms of features, it's kind of like right up there. It's probably the most feature perfect game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's kind of done in a way. It's PvE. So I think the team structure seems to be fairly similar, but maybe they've given it a bit more oomph, right? There's they've given it a bit more boom, But so PvP, PvE is going to get maybe a new map, 2v2, 3v3. I don't know, maybe some reward structure change with the reward team or something like that. Swiss, right? Obviously, right? Swiss. World versus World. I mean, they have developed. Maybe they've given some developers to World versus World. Feels good, man. And skills and balance. Well, to be honest, the skills and balance thing is really interesting because I think ultimately that. I think the balance is basically going to stay the same. I think they're going to keep it with an ultra high power level. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe next balance patch is going to be like 20 pages long and they just hack into every single class in the game. Like that would be good, but I doubt it. And reward team, yeah, I hope reward team. You talk to Mr. World vs. World team, and it's going to be great.
Reward team should have a conversation in general about rewards and.
Content teams will have more flexibility to decide what makes sense for a given release. For example, we could focus on expanding the boundaries of content and content from an existing map if that would provide better experience than creating a new one. Wow, they finally said it.
Oh, finally, dude.
They finally said it. So, this is like the golden sentence. Our ArenaNet finally going to get off this ridiculous clown car of a new map every single patch.
You know what makes me very suspicious? They've put this in now, which makes me think one of the first Season 5 releases is just going to expand a map.
Yeah, but that would be good though, I think.
That's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Like, if they add a new meta event and shit to an existing map, that's great. Sure, they won't get as many gem sales from it later down the line, but, it makes sense.
Yeah, this is a good one. Ultimately, this will mean a relatively steady release of new content that allows us to continue telling the story in exciting new ways. You know what? I hate to be cynical, but at this point, I really have to be, guys. I'll believe it when I bloody see it, okay? If they can really nail down 2 to 3 months, then, good fucking job. I'll be there, singing their praises, patting them on the back. But so far, meme, okay?
They were in the past, like the beginning of Season 4.
They did it for like 2 episodes.
2-3 episodes, yeah. I mean, then we had the 3rd episode, which kind of just threw everything out of the sky.
What is particularly important to me, though, is that this is going to this gets packaged with other content as well. Because you're technically true with regards to the living story stuff, right? Like you're absolutely right. But what we don't see any other. We haven't seen other development to other games consistently whatsoever. Right? We haven't seen consistent development to raids or World versus World. PvP is a bit of an exception. Like, I think PvP has actually done pretty well in the past year, I want to say. In terms of development, new map has come through, 2v2's come through, Tournament of Legends has come through. So I think PvP is actually doing okay. But World vs. World and raids I find to be heavily neglected. I don't know. It's a very bad comparison, guys, but raid number 3 for Battle for Azeroth. Here it comes. It's going to come out before our raid. Okay, but there you go, right? It is what it is. I think it is. It's been consistently neglected, so hopefully that it's going to be a steady release of new content across the board, right? I think that is the key thing. Like, or if you think about what we have now, we already have a fairly steady release of content. Like a new piece of story every 3 to 4 months is not that bad, right? I mean, it's not. It's obviously for a player, you know, for someone like me. Yep, I'm starving, I'm dying. But if you actually think of that on paper, that's actually not that bad. Like, considering like the scale, the quality of the product, right? That's, you know, that's no hey, okay, that's no small undertaking, right? But yeah, I really hope it's going to be across the board, right? All right, the next few months. So what's next? We released the Super Adventure Festival so players can return to Modo's game world and experience the homage to the games of yesteryear. Yep, and honestly, I had fun in that, actually. I really enjoyed it. I really like Super Adventure Box. I will play through it every year, without a doubt. Tribulation mode, it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. After that, the current activities team has a release that will build towards the season 4 finale. Okay, so there is actually going to be a little bit of some stuff going on in the open world. I like it. I missed that stuff. That was actually pretty cool. So that's nice. Hopefully it's a bit more on a big scale. Like, but, I'm not going to lie, a few of them were very small and very subtle. You know, hit us with something, you know? Give us a bit of a whack.
I hope
but no, I like it.
Portal stuff.
So, oh yeah, because that never went anywhere, did it?
I think it will actually now, because
it didn't though, right?
Krauk is in the mists.
Right.
And we're using portals and ships, so yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Alright. We're in the process of wrapping up episode 6 now, and we're excited to not only announce a release date, but also to play the finale alongside all of you. It won't fall within a 2 to 3 month window. Well, it kind of already doesn't. That we tried to target throughout season 4 because they doesn't have to make. Yeah, completely understand. You know, obviously this sucks, but you know, you have to be a little sensitive about this sort of thing, guys. Some very unfortunate things have been going on, so completely understandable. You know, it is exactly what it is, right? Yeah, I'm not mad about that at all. But no!
Yeah, dude.
No! We're currently adding more polish to the final encounter in the next raid, which continues the story of Kadim, which is expected, to be fair. It was a proper cliffhanger at the end of Wing 6. And we'll get its own release after episode 6. So, this is weird, because I actually thought Wing 7 was finished. Because I thought it didn't take them that long to make a raid, and they were often waiting on the Living Story team in a way, or they're waiting for that release. Okay, let's start off with the praise, okay? Okay, praise. Will get its own release after episode 6. Finally, ArenaNet has realized that bundling everything together is a terrible idea. So in other words, they've said, you know what? You know what they were going to do, Matter? They were going to wait until like season 5, episode 1, right? They were gonna do it, dude. They were gonna fucking do it. Red was like, oh no. Yeah, okay, yeah. They realized that would make everyone quit the game. So, this is so good. I'm so happy they're doing this. This is ArenaNet engaging their massive IQ. This is sanity, and also, you know, you're going to get the Living Story, right? And then a few weeks later, you're going to get the raid. I probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, something like that.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so. I mean, yeah, it sucks to wait, and I'm going to be tearing my hair out. But you know what? In a way, it's going to be better for us, right? Because we aren't going to burn it all in 2 days, right? Now we're going to get episodes. We're going to get episode 6, right? Then a few weeks later, we're going to get another release. And then a few weeks after that, well, I guess another month and a half after that, you're going to get the next episode. So, in a way, this is kind of good. Obviously, it sucks that it's late. But the thing that does worry me is how long it's taken. It's going to be 3 bosses, right? Let's be honest here. Or 4 bosses with 1 event, with 2 events or something like that. The fact that it takes this long to make kind of scares me. Maybe, who knows? Maybe it's because of the raid team was getting siphoned off into other products, right? Those unreleased products. So hopefully now that the raid team has been emboldened. Because if we go back up here, guys, right? 4 fully staffed content teams, right? Okay. I don't think a fully staffed content team can make 1 raid a year. Okay, these guys, they're going to be in business, right? They're going to be making some proper raids. Okay, we're in the mix. So that is good. Right, that is good.
What's really interesting to me, okay, is the next bit. we're utilizing one of the new team's efforts to build some additional small-scale open-world content, so all of our players will have something to celebrate. Not actually the content that's being developed, but what it maybe says. Okay. Wizard's Tower, because
I completely agree. I was just, I want to be the one to say that, Angels. God fucking damn it. Yeah, this is. They for a start, they realized that if they release something like Wiz Tower, which is something that's very almost like a legend, right, in the game. Like, oh, what is it? What is it? If they did it when it was just a raid, they would get meme-pocalypsed. But also, I think that they're trying to bridge the gap here, right, between those two communities. This is, in my opinion, this is a very smart move by ArenaNet here, actually. Yep. And maybe even adding raid. You know what I'd like to see here? Maybe this is the plan, maybe this isn't. But open world content that maybe gives you a little taste of the raid rewards, right? Maybe something like that. Some events, maybe a big boss, like maybe.
I was thinking something like Marionette.
Yeah, maybe there's something like a drawbridge comes down from the like a spindly bridge comes down from the raid, right? Okay, and there's a guardian. You know what I mean? That there's someone who guards the entrance to the raid, and you have to take it down. It's like Kadim has summoned a mega minion, right? And he's gonna fight you. He's gonna fight you to get into the raid, right? Maybe it gives you a better some loot from the raid. Maybe it gives you a little bit of taste of that. Has some raid level mechanics on it as well, right? Something like that. Really, really good idea. I hope it goes down something like that. It does say small scale open world, so maybe. Well, I mean, it could still be a boss, right? Small scale could be a boss still, like. This also means that they are going to change the world to have the raid in. I think that's a really good idea. It was a bit of a disappointment with episode 6 in a way that it's just the entrance was only in the aerodrome, right? It was just in the aerodrome, but now the raid is going to be a part of the world. And I think this is something that has really plagued Guild Wars 2, actually a bit of an issue that's plagued Guild Wars 2. Everything feels very disconnected. But now it's going to be connected to the world, right? In a meaningful way, which sometimes doesn't happen. Did someone really request fucking Dr. Mouse March? Why have you what the fuck is this shit, dude? Why would you even request? It's this matter, okay? It's boyish giggles, dude, okay? Yeah.
Okay, that's, I mean...
Yeah. It's good music. Need to attune to the raid with the meta. I wouldn't mind that, actually. I don't mind them attunements. I don't mind attunements at all. So, yeah, this is a really exciting sentence, guys. Definitely pay attention to this one. Yeah, this is a good one. Very excited to see what they'll do. And I love that they're trying to bring the communities together. This is, the community in Guild Wars 2 is very, very... fragmented, right? Like it's got to the point where stuff's shrinking down, that everyone's very spiky, right? The raiders are very spiky towards the open worlders. The open worlders kind of really don't like the raiders, right? And stuff like that. So this kind of, Daddy ArenaNet saying, come on, make up, let each other play with each other's toys, right? Yeah, this is good. ArenaNet is hyper supremo brain. Okay, people hate it in other games of Teapot. That's because they're nothing but fucking casuals. But yeah, there won't be. There's no way there'll be achievement. I was kind of trolling with that. There is a 0% chance this will be an achievement quest, guys. Literally 0%. People couldn't handle it in WoW. Okay, and they won't. They They won't be able to handle it in Guild Wars 2. Okay, no way. So yes, all of our players will something to celebrate with the race to the raid. Yes, because otherwise people are going to go, "Oh, a raid, it's not for me, it's shit, hate it." Boom, next. The future. The Commander's Tale will continue in Living World Season 5. As the teams get going and plans become more cemented, we'll be able to talk a bit more about that topic. Okay? We also have our sights set on a few new features that have already been in development for some time. Please, I feel so bad for ArenaNet because the community is such a big meme. But I just love this. Look, ArenaNet, this is all you have to say. It's just, oh my god. You know what I feel like, man, right now? I feel like a man wandering through the desert, it's on my own. Like the sand has torn out what my left eye. Okay, water. I haven't had water for days. Okay, and I've said to ArenaNet, please give me some water. Please give me some water. And then you know what? And they turn around and say. They say, we can't give you any water because we might not be able to deliver on it. It's like, no, please, just try and give me some water, ArenaNet, please. I'm going to die if you don't give me any water. It's like, no, No, we might not be able to deliver on the water. We don't want to make any promises. We're gonna give you the water, okay? We're gonna announce the water as it's happened, when it's ready, okay? When it's ready, dude, okay? You know, that's when you can have your water. But no, finally they decided that actually that is a horrible idea. It's you know, AAA game studio finally conforms to industry standards. Wow. Oh yes. Yeah. Okay, that was maybe a little harsh, but yeah, ArenaNet are Omega brains. They have realized that communication good, okay? Silence bad. Now, silence absolutely causes animosity. And something like this is honestly going to do more good than an actual patch. And I'm not even joking, right? Like, this post and the way this is written, even though it is still fairly cards close to the chest, and I get that, I can respect that, they are still going to do a lot of work with this, right? Okay, like this is really going to relax people, and there's some really exciting stuff here. Like what we're going to get into, guys. This is really exciting, actually. This is really exciting. But yes, ArenaNet. I know I was memeing on you a little bit there, okay, but you know you kind of had that one coming, right? But yes, very well done. Keep doing this. This is excellent. This is exactly how it has to be. You guys are doing great. Okay, good post, Mike Z. On point. Give that man fucking pay rise or something, dude. Okay. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's written this post. He's got the Griffin here. You know, exactly. We're in the mix. I like it. So, please understand that these are all works in progress, so details can change between here and the final version. And we don't have a timeline for the release of any of these. These features will ship when they're ready. TM. Okay. Can we get a TM there? I kind of want to edit the page and put a TM in there. You know. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. The Rune and Sigil salvaging release last year was in anticipation of releasing legendary runes and sigils. That is fascinating. That really is an interesting thing, actually.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see where they go with that, because I think that's where they'll put a lot of very interesting effects.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I cannot wait to see where they're going to go with that. Legendary runes and sigils.
Like, can you change what the rune and sigil effect is?
Well, could you like mix and match or something, maybe?
Yeah.
Or would it be like a rune that can be any rune, right? Or something like that.
Yeah,
that is a really interesting one. Yeah. I would love custom runes would be amazing. Obviously, might be some balance issues, but as long as it stays outside of PvP, I wouldn't mind it so much, right?
I don't know, dude. It's a very interesting one. Healing, boon duration, healing, boon duration, healing, and then
then the antitoxin. Ooh. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not going to be like that, right? Like, nah, it will almost certainly be a convenience thing, because legendaries in the game don't power creep you. They just make it a bit more convenient. So it's almost certainly going to be. It will be a rune that can morph into any other rune, something like that, right? Okay, something like that. But yeah, that's a real. The fact that they planned this is very interesting. Stockpile those lucent powders, boys. Okay, stockpile them.
I mean, what, you haven't been already for months?
Well, to be fair, I have, actually, but just passively. Now I'm going to actively do it. Over the past month, astute players have been noticing a trend of updates and improvements to how our skill setting system works, and have accurately speculated that the long-requested feature of build templates in the works. How long has it been since the game is released?
Nearly 7 years.
7-year anniversary build templates, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the implementation of this is interesting. How are they going to do this? Now, and what I mean by this is that are you going to have like a base of 5 slots, and then you have to gem store more? Like that is interesting. Are you going to have infinite slots right off the bat?
No, they're going to gem store them, dude. Like, let's be real here. Yeah, they will. I'm not naive to assume that they're going to give you all the slots.
Well, 1 slot base plus gemstone. I wouldn't mind it, but I think they won't. You know, I think it might be not monetized. It might just be a convenience feature. Not everything has to be monetized, right?
Yeah, but it's
we'll see.
They need the money, dude.
That's the question you have to ask about build time. It's like, if they're gonna, squeeze you, if they're gonna milk you, get those, they're gonna milk you.
Milk you.
Yeah, they're gonna milk you.
Yeah.
That might happen, guys. Okay. We'd like to increase the max cooking level. Oh wow, legendary chef, finally. This crafting profession needs...
Also, dude, they were just inspired by your stream, dude.
Dude, they saw my vegan macaroni. Dude, look, if they don't put me as an NPC, okay, in the game as like the chef god, I mean, come on, that's a missed opportunity right there, boys, okay? Like, ascended chef trainer Teapot. Nice.
Okay? Just call it the chef lord.
The chef lord. Yeah, that would be... Thing is,
subtle references, the subtle references are way better.
That would be subtle as fuck, actually, but everyone would know, dude. The chef lord. Yeah, so this is interesting. Ascended food. Now, I think they're unlikely to actually power creep food. What they're likely to do is add convenience to food. So maybe even, I think it'll be like endless food, I think will be created here. Yeah. You'll be able to take, say, a stack of food, like 250 foods, some other stuff, right? Blah, 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 blah. Like, mix it all up together, and you'll get a permanent food. I think that's basically what's going to be happening. You'll be able to pay a lot up front, and you're going to get a permanent food, or an extremely long duration, like 12-hour food, 24-hour food, something like that, right? Or maybe even like a food that stacks, right? So you can just keep clicking it, and it will keep stacking up. Something like that. We're not going to see a power creep to foods. I think that will be a bit weird.
New mechanic to do with food. Like I think there's certainly a lot of options they could do. Like in terms of consumer.
There really is a lot. Beans on toast, yeah, exactly. Some nice beans on toast. That will be the highest level ascended food. Yeah, nice. Single stat of troubles. Yeah, I'm sure they'll use this. They'll use this Ajax to add some new unique effects. Like we saw the introduction of the damage reduction foods, right? The stat 10% damage reduction. But I'm sure we'll see another interesting new mechanic to come in with some of the foods that. But yeah, I doubt they'll power creep too much or not. They'll try not to, but we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, we'll have to see. And yeah, there's a good idea from Kidder actually. That it could be almost like convenience based, right? So you eat the ascended food and it gives you loads of extra magic find or something like that. I would actually, an XP bonus. I think that could be really cool actually. Give it some quality of life, give it some extra features to it, kind of extend it out. So you're always going to want food no matter what. Like if you're an open world, having food, you're going to get more magic find, right? That would actually be really good.
I like this one. 10% more damage while moving.
Yeah, well, that's
that's a very original idea.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I think there might be some balance issues with that one, though. I don't know, dude. So yeah, so we'll have to see about that. But yeah, an interesting one, definitely to be sure.
Sounds like it makes gameplay more interesting, though.
What does make me sad that I don't see anything here is that they aren't actually talking anything about account progression. I would love account progression. Right, I guess legendaries are a bit like that, but they really aren't. I would love to see horizontal progression in the form of like extra magic find, gold find, XP find. Like, make these things relevant, right? Like make these things more important.
Magic find really needs to be relevant.
Stuff like I don't know, stuff like Raid God. I think would be. I think Open World God, like Open World God that gives you bonuses in Open World. Seriously, Open World God. Yeah, Open World God.
Could you imagine that title though? Oh my.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't call it that. But I'm trying. Look. Okay.
PvP.
No, look. I said Open World God. No, I'm illustrating the idea, guys, of the point, right? Okay. And you all know it as well. You all know it.
Okay. Someone's trash at PvP, just go get open world God.
Look, you guys know exactly what I meant there, okay? It is open world gods, and you've got to do a lot of open world. It's a long grind to get there, and you get a cool reward, cool title, permanent buffs that give you permanent karma, magic find, like chance to get extra drops, maybe like an extra chance to roll on the drop table, or maybe there's like a separate, like there's almost like a. You can collect
1 in 100 chance of getting double loot. There we go.
Something like, well, I don't know, something like that, right? I think it could be that you can. There are like little unique items that you can only get, right, if you have open world God, right, and it gives you like an extra little bonus. But make it hard so that that no one else, not a lot of people actually get it. I think that would be really good. I love stuff like that. Again, Raid God. Why not make it so you get a little bit more gold in the raids? Or maybe, how about a real radical idea? What if you have Raid God, okay, you get 10 times as many champ bags from doing it, right? Or something like that, right? Yeah. And so going through it again is actually worth it. Or make the maybe if you get Raid Champion, right, which is like a mid-tier Raid God, maybe it makes CMs repeatable once a week or something like that. Ooh. Although I will never ever do CMs ever again. Okay? So yeah, that won't apply to me, guys, unfortunately. But no damage. No damage. Okay? I do not want damage raids. It's already easy enough as it is, right? It's already completely free. But yeah, something like that would be really cool. But, yeah, with on the account progression front. Let's look at the next point. We've mentioned in the past how important world restructuring is to our world versus world initiatives. Okay, and that hasn't changed. While the programming team is focused on this initiative, the team is also focusing on small updates that can temporarily change the game mode, like no downstate we've done in the past. We're also talking about different types of reward structures for events. So, what does this mean, guys? Okay, this means alliances are coming soon, TM, but also, I don't know. Do they watch the stream or something? Why are they just doing everything that I want? ArenaNet, do you care about me enough that you make this post so I don't quit the game? We're also talking about different types of reward structures for events. So yes, they are aware that World vs. World is a clown fiesta. They're going to change Tier 3. Attacking it will be good. Maybe they're going to make winning actually do something good after every week, right? Or winning maybe a season or something like that. Some kind of season implementation, okay? Yes, okay, very good. We don't watch, okay, it's just Ben, okay? Yeah.
Ben,
but there you go. Yeah.
Ben exposing the rest of ArenaNet.
Ben, yeah, I mean, dude, I bet they're not even subbed, man. Like, come on.
no.
Come on. But yeah, no, honestly, there's so much in here that, which is, in my opinion, exactly what they needed. Do you know what really kills me? And this is where I do wish that they did watch. Do you know what really kills me? I could almost guarantee that they were already going to do this anyway, but they were just like, you know what? We're just going to make it look like we're not going to do shit, okay? We're going to pretend to be a... Are you familiar with a jellyfish matter, okay?
Yes.
Okay? Sometimes I find myself, I'm on the beach, sand. I don't like sand. I don't like the sea either, right? So I'm already upset. I'm already fucking pissed, right? Okay? And then I see a jellyfish just on the ground, like just lying there, flopping, right? And I get a stick and I go do something. Like that's kind of what I feel like with ArenaNet. But here's the thing, dude. Within the jellyfish was this post. They were already going to do this, but they just didn't say anything because they were like, oh yeah, meme, okay? Yeah. Yeah. I can just imagine, dude, like Mike Z's face, like looking at me going, meme, okay? Yeah. Oh, man.
Within the jellyfish was this post.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They were going to do this anyway, but thing is, I have been left in doubt for so long, but finally we see the sun, okay? Yeah. The insane analogies. These are good analogies, dude, okay? What do you mean, okay? Yeah. No, this is big clap. There are so many ideas here that I agree with on a spiritual level, okay? As far as Wolves, we've been planning that for a while, finally working on that actively now. Yes, like I said, this is what I mean though, Ben, okay? This is what I mean. I suspected this, okay? I suspected you of doing this stuff. But the thing is, we don't ever hear anything until now. So yeah, like, this is an incredibly good idea for Wolves. I feel hope, okay? All they need to do is do the rewards first, then do alliances, and now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas. We're talking, cooking with gas. Nice, let's go.
That's good.
Very good. They need to make the defending not aids. Honestly, you know how we talk about defender's advantage, okay, Madam? But here's the thing. I actually, I was looking at the history of a game called PlanetSide 2. Okay, Amanda, are you familiar with the video game PlanetSide 2?
Yeah, vaguely. I didn't play it,
Okay.
but I heard about it.
Now, in the video game PlanetSide 2, okay, attackers are in fact favored, right? But not because there's no defender's advantage. Quite the opposite. There is a defender's advantage, right? But when you siege someone, they eventually run out of juice, right? They eventually can't respawn. They can't build things, etc., etc., etc. Right, okay? Now, I would love to see an implementation of something like this, somehow, right? Because as it stands right now, if you're sieging something, the enemy team will never run out of gas, right? They will just respawn and go in the circle, and you'll never be able to cap it, right? Like, so either you, as it stands in World of Sword right now, you need to have overwhelming numbers. And by overwhelming, I mean you need to be like 80 to 20, right? Okay, and that's not even that straightforward to take something, guys, by the way, right? But you need to be like insane numbers, right? And the enemy team needs to kind of give up as well, right? But it needs to be that eventually, if the attackers sustain the assault, right, sustain the attack, right, and drain the resources of the enemy team, right, they can't sustain their defense anymore, which doesn't happen. Wait, what's going on here? Ooh! We're normalizing the defense rating of gates such as the tier 1. Stone and metal will serve more HP that won't take less damage from siege. That's a good start. That is a good start, actually. That's a very good start. That will speed things up a lot. I honestly, I still think one of the biggest problems is actually the Lord. I think the Lords have way too much HP. And I also think that the rezzing of the Lord is just like the most demoralizing, soul-crushing experience ever. I would actually like to see as well a change to how capping works. I think capping in general is clown. If there's even one person in the circle, fuck you. Right, I think that if you overwhelm them, you've listened to this actually in raids, like if you and in fractals actually, if you've got more people in the circle than the other guy, then you actually cap the circle slowly, but you cap the circle. I'd like to see something like that in World versus World, but not 1-to-1, right? Say if you're in the circle, right, and you are 2-to-1 or 3, maybe fuck it, make it 4-to-1, 5-to-1, you cap it even if they're in it, right? I think you should be able to force it, right? Okay, you should be able to force the issue with capping, because right now, a team of, if you've got a 50-man, 60-man blob, right, in enemy garrison, right, I reckon 10, 15 people can hold you off just forever, just by suiciding in and slowly picking you off. That sucks! Okay, that feels bad, right? But I don't know, I think something like that would be really important. I like that, yeah, the kind of spicy weekends, I kind of like it. I mean, events are fun, right? I'd love to see, like, no walls day, where there's, like, no walls at all, or no siege day, okay? Nice meme. Right, that would be good.
No siege day, but everything's tier 1.
And Swiss Tournament Support is the next major PvP feature the team is working on. This feature will be utilized by our structured tournaments moving forward. Yeah, I mean, that's... Yeah, we've heard this one before. How long has it been since Swiss? Like, it's taken a year and a half or something to implement Swiss. Yeah, you know, you can't rush these things, guys. You know, you really can't. But it is good.
I'd love to see, you know, in the past they've done one for World v Worlds, the World v World restructuring, the update posts. I'd love to see another one for World v World, and I mean, just where they're at, and one for PvP as well. But just like insight as to what they're doing and what they're working on with regards to it.
Now, one thing about Swiss is that what does concern me a little bit about Swiss is that isn't it going to make some of the ATs take a very long time? Because doesn't everyone play against everyone?
Not quite. No. Most people will play against most teams. Some won't face as many. And I believe, I'm not sure, but best of 3 for finals comes with Swiss, or maybe after. Ben would have to correct me on that one if I'm wrong. But yeah, it will be longer. Yeah,
it's certainly going to be a really good thing. I think getting knocked out in one go does suck, and the primary thing for me is the finals not being best of 3. Finals should be best of 3. We've seen some finals that were really close, right? And then obviously you want to see the team be able to come back. You've seen a team start to make a comeback but not quite make it. That's the games where you really want to see that. But also sometimes bullshit happens, right? Sometimes you just, I don't know, you get stuck in a rock or something like that. Would you know, that when you have when you have a free win and then you get stuck in a rock, like that would be really unfortunate. Yeah. If you lost an AT over a map bug, that would be really, really unfortunate. But you know, that won't happen anymore, which is nice. Feels good, man. There you go. I like it.
Okay.
All right, feels okay, man. Further down the road. Beyond all of this, here's some of what's on our radar for the future. None of these have been fully designed, or even more are subject to change, or being or wait, dude, ArenaNet. I know you have to put this, but I just, you know, don't be so scared of people. People aren't that retarded. I mean, they are, but not all of them, right?
They will get shit. They'll say, "Oh, but you promised the PvP festival. Where is it?" You're like, well, no, it just didn't.
Yeah,
work out.
but I mean,
you know what?
As
far as I'm concerned,
it's 1% of assholes, right? 1% of assholes.
Sure, they should communicate more, and they should always put that, in my opinion.
All right. So they're not fully designed, and they might even get shelved, guys. For World vs. World, we talked about changing the matches so that scoring matters in 8-hour intervals. This allows us to address gameplay in off-peak hours in a way that doesn't invalidate the work of most active populations. This is a really big deal. Now, I think for EU, the implementation here is pretty easy. I think where you might have some trouble here is NA. and hopefully they're able to do that. But something like this is actually a really good idea. Like, night capping has been a problem in World vs. World for a really, really long time, right? And it does invalidate your shit, right? It does. And so I think this will be a very good change if they were able to implement this, right? If they were able to get away with this. So my suggestion would be make it matter more in the 8-hour intervals, right? In peak times, right? So in a peak time, you get full points, and then overnight in the off hours, right, you maybe get 33% points or something like that, so you can't get as many, but still make it matter, because you have to, yeah, at the end of the day, some people do actually legitimately just have a really weird-ass schedule and can only play at night, like people who have an odd sleeping schedule, right?
Who just don't play in the same region.
Yep, yep, exactly. You know, if you play on NA, right, and you are EU, right?
Or not even that, like Aus people, Australians and such.
Yeah,
like they don't have a server, so they play midnight anyways.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, I think there's definitely some good implementations of this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Oceanic people will get kind of screwed by this, but I think you could make it so they do matter. They are important. But night capping is really stupid, especially if they want to make it competitive, right? If they want to make it, they want to make winning matter, right? Otherwise, the night crew is just going to dictate who wins, pretty much. And that is AIDS. Moving on, after the 500 cooking update, jewel crafting is the lion's profession needing to be extended. Anyway, so yeah, they want to do jewel crafting. What could 500 jewel crafting get you? I guess you can craft crafting ascended trinkets, obviously, right?
Oh yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. Trinkets are pretty easy to get, but that would actually be quite nice, I think. Yeah, sure, why not? The comparative team has been working on the idea of building a festival that highlights both SPVP and Wolf Sword. It's a fun concept that would allow us to focus on those game types and try new things. What would that mean, though? A festival that highlights SPVP and World vs. World? What would that...
going the weekly, the yearly, the annual, well, rather annual, slot, right?
Comparative week, right? So it's like it's got some achievements with it for playing some PvP, playing some World vs. World, capping some keeps.
And that's when they'd probably run like their 2v2 tournaments.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Tournament of Legends as well.
Yeah, but that would be pretty cool, actually, right? Bundling all that together would be quite interesting, actually. Yeah, sure. I can see that working out pretty well. That is a very good idea. I like the idea of that festival thing. Let's see how it pans out, guys. Let's see how that shit actually pans out. So, this sort of discussion and projects that we've kept under wraps until now is a departure from how we've been communicating for a while. Yes, you've regained sanity. It's our hope that through posts like this, we can help clarify you what our priorities are and what our goals are for the game. Yes, because honestly, I didn't even... this has been one of my biggest complaints and almost existential dread about the game. Like at some point, I thought they don't even know what the fuck they want for this game, right? Like when they say something like this is good. Honestly, in my opinion, this is a little bit too vague. I would just like them to explicitly say, okay, something like, boom, we like high power level classes in PvP and World vs. World. Then I can say, okay, it looks like I'm not that interested. You know, that would be closure, right? Okay, that would be closure. So, yes, I want to know. Here's the thing, I want to know, Arena. I want to know what you guys want for the game, like where you want the game to go, right? That will be fantastic, right? And so, yes, this is exactly right. Mike Z, you know, this is a man, high IQ, met him in Gamescom, boom. Okay, he knows a lot about the game. I like it. Boom, boom, boom.